Shout out to G-Man Boxing. Where's the piss bottle? It's over there.
Alright, so Eddie Hearn has come out swinging with regards to Bob Arum. You know, Bob Arum gave an interview with Sky Sports a couple of days back where he was talking about, and I don't want to go down this road, but he was talking about AJ Fury. Alright, and I'm going to quote him here. He was saying that he feels that fight can happen next year, should happen in the UK. I'll quote him here what he told Sky Sports. He says, "My hope is that fight goes to the UK. I don't care what the money is. Both fighters owe the UK fans this tremendous event at Wembley or Cardiff rather than taking it to a foreign country." Eddie Hearn went on an IFL interview, alright, and Eddie Hearn is quoted as saying, "Maybe I'm just too honest." He says, "Let me tell you this. Do you honestly think that Bob Arum would do that fight in the UK for half the money that was available elsewhere? Honestly, ask yourself that question. I've never heard so much BS in my whole life. Oh, let's do the fight in the UK. The UK deserves it. Man, I don't see a problem making the fight. Yeah, because it's been smooth as you like so far, hasn't it?" Yeah, Hearn is really... I'll talk about that now in a sec. He says, "I don't even think he's intentionally lying," Hearn said. I think it's just waffle. But when it comes to money, that's what you'll do, is I'll say, Bob, I saw your quote where you want the fight. So long as the man is ready to take half the money, which means half of his commission, I'll ask him, are you good with that? Yeah, we'll see. Those are the words of Eddie Hearn. So basically Bob Arum is saying in an interview with Sky Sports that next year he wants to get AJ Fury, provided both guys win, which is no foregone conclusion. We're going to talk about that in a separate video for Deontay Wilder and how I think that this inactivity for Tyson Fury and the pushback may help him even further. I'll touch on that in a separate video. In terms of what Bob Arum is saying there, I reckon that's just a bit of front. Because Bob Arum is the kind of guy where if a blind guy dropped a €50 note or a £50 note or dollar note if we're in the States, Bob Arum strikes me as the type of guy who would go down to pick it up for him but would give him a fiver back and pocket the 50 quid. That's Bob Arum in a nutshell. You know, Eddie Hearn is obviously not best pleased at Bob Arum, and for obvious reasons. I can't really blame him, to be honest with you. You know, Eddie Hearn, when Eddie Hearn is due criticism, you know, when he says something that I deem criticism worthy, or if he does something I don't agree with, I'll say it. But in this situation, you can't really argue with Eddie Hearn. You know, at the end of the day, I'm sure he was being told, and I reckon, look, Bob Arum is 90 years old. He's been around this game for years. He knows the ins and he knows, you know, the ins and outs with regards, you know, up and come promoters and how you need to kind of put them in their place almost. So I reckon that he was kind of giving Eddie Hearn the vibes going into that negotiations for AJ Fury, that all was okay. He's a lawyer by trade. He obviously knew that Team Wilder had a lot more leeway going for them than what was, you know, perceived, you know, probably by Eddie Hearn, probably even by Frank Warren. So Bob Arum saying that, you know, yeah, we'll take it to the UK, and Eddie Hearn quite rightly pointing out that if we took it to Saudi, they'll get X amount of money. If we take it to and it shouldn't be this way, but unfortunately it is, because I'd like this fight to be in the UK personally. It's easier to get to, but quite rightly he points out that if it is in Saudi, they get this much. If it's in the UK, they get this much. The fighters may be willing to take this much, but Bob Arum, would he be willing? If he sees his commission go by half, would he really be willing to do that? Of course he wouldn't. AJ Fury is a fight that they dangled that carrot, like even before this fight was binned, for now anyway. Remember I made that video, wait up when we get there, because I was kind of getting so fed up of them just dangling that little carrot in front of us, just saying AJ Fury, AJ Fury, AJ Fury, to the point where Tyson Fury, the day before the arbitration ruling, made a video saying it's good to go. I mean, like, what the actual hell? So with this fight now, don't make plans with heavyweight boxing. AJ has Usyk, no guarantee he beats him. Fury has Deontay Wilder, no guarantee he beats him. Some people are dismissive of Deontay Wilder, and I can get that. I fully understand where that dismissiveness comes from, because obviously the rematch went the way it did. But we need to remember, this isn't like someone, right, going in there and beating someone who, yes, technically flawed but can't punch. Deontay Wilder, at any given moment, can switch it off like that. I think, was it Randall Bailey versus Chris Jones? I think that was the guy's name, where Bailey was losing every minute of every round. And Randall Bailey was a great puncher. He was never the best at 147, but he was a great puncher. In the 11th round, I think it was when he knocked him out off an uppercut. As far if memory, I think it was an uppercut he knocked him out with. His memory serves me right. You can't rule out these guys with tremendous punching power. You really can't. I remember watching Arturo Gatti. I was only watching it today. Where was it? Oh, what was the guy's name? Something Wilson. I forget his name. But he fought him in New York. It was one of his first title defenses as IBF champion. Gatti was getting battered in that fight. One left hook. Something Wilson. Was it James Wilson or John Wilson? Something like that. I forget the guy's name. It was a great fight. So you can never rule out these guys with punching power. So whilst people can be dismissive of Deontay Wilder, I get that. We still need to look at Wilder's punching power. And at the end of the day, I said I'm going to do a video on it, and I will, because I'm doing a recording session tonight. Because as many of you will know, if you don't know, I'm going away for this weekend. I'm not back till Sunday evening. So obviously I'm not going to be covering the fight camp, the first one. I'll do it in review of the week, of course, but I won't be covering it. And obviously the main event, which we were supposed to get, is no longer happening. But I won't be covering any of them. So I want to make some content that I can upload over the next few days. So I'm doing this. Well, tomorrow, which is when this video is going uploaded, I have 2 videos ready and I have 1 ready for Saturday. So you'll get plenty for the weekend, and then Sunday I might do a live stream. It depends what time I get home at, and depends how the card goes. But we'll talk about that. We'll worry about that when we get there. So yeah, I will do a video on why I think that this layoff / postponement may actually help Deontay Wilder in certain sense, because whilst people say Malik Scott is a yes man, and he definitely does come across as that, he definitely seems to be teaching Deontay Wilder a lot of good fundamentals. And I wonder if he's putting more thought into Wilder's head that, hang on a sec, Fury needs more time, because we're hearing he's getting beaten sparring by Jared Anderson. If he's not able to handle Anderson, how is he going to be able to handle you? This might help bolster Deontay Wilder's confidence a bit, that he can go in there and do it. I mean, I'm sure he obviously believes he can, but if you think about it, he's banking on a lot of the excuses. Maybe the more he's with Malik Scott, the longer this goes, the more those excuses will go, and he can believe he'll do it because of his own ability. You never know. I'll touch on that more in a separate video, but for now, I'll leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash the like button. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. So, And by the way, if you see the other videos, they're all done at the same night. So whilst I'm saying I'm in Cork, you'll get videos on Saturday. It'll be the same background. It's all being done Thursday evening. For now, lads and lassies, I'll talk. You have a great Friday. Peace.